thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now.
What's up guys, and welcome to FPL Today. I'm the man in the know, J&O, and welcome to my team, the preview for Gameweek 14, where I go over the transfers that I'm considering making going into the next round of fixtures in the Fantasy Premier League. But before we get into the video, here's a quick video from the sponsors of this channel and where all of our stats come from, Fantasy Football Fix. Use artificial intelligence and Optastats to build your new squad for the new season. Analyse the highest owned players and most popular starting squad currently entered into the FPL. Upload your squad at fantasyfootballfix.com now to improve your FPL performance. Click the link below or head over to fantasyfootballfix.com to get started. So let's get straight into the video, and to be honest, there is going to be caveats around this because I'm recording this Wednesday around the time that the Champions League games are happening. So I've heard rumours that Tammy Abraham was stretchered off. I haven't heard anything more than that. So transfers are subject to change in case certain things are heard in press conferences and moves have to be made. But these are the moves I'm considering right now. Right now on the screen you can see my starting 11 for Game Week 14, and to be fair, it looks pretty decent. Those are some nice fixtures for all of my players. However, I still want to make some moves. I'm personally okay now with just having one Manchester City midfielder. Maybe then I would go and look for a Manchester City defender, maybe take a punt on Jesus. But I'm fed up with Sterling. It's that simple. He's not returning enough for the amount of money I have invested in him, and I reckon I can beef up my midfield and my side in general by downgrading Sterling. The other players in my side I'm considering changing are the likes of Abraham. I know he's in good form, but I also feel like potentially the likes of Jimenez, Rashford may be about to hit better form. Barnes is someone that right now has shown some decent underlying stats, but I still think I prefer someone else. Tomori is someone that I just don't think the Chelsea defence are that capable of clean sheets just yet. And then looking at the bench, Connolly is an issue. He has a slight knock against Liverpool away in the next one as well. Looks like it might be time to transfer him out. Hudson Odoi, again, doesn't look like the first choice at Chelsea. And while I think he might get some game time in the December period, I don't think Hudson Odoi is a good choice. And Rico, to be fair, at his price, I'm not too bothered about him. He is a player I'm quite happy to bench against Tottenham Hotspurs away. So plenty of players that I am considering to transfer out. But who am I planning to transfer in? And the first guy is this guy, Pulisic, 7.5 million. In the last 4 game weeks, 5 goals, equaling 39 points in total. 14 shots inside, 12 from inside the box, 10 on target. 3 big chances, 2 of which he scored, 7 chances created, 4 of which resulted in a shot on target. Great stats, but the important thing is I watched him in his first good performance in the Premier League and did say I felt that the hat-trick, it was a perfect hat-trick, right foot, left foot header, was fortunate, and I still stand by that one game being fortunate. However, since then he has continued to perform at a level where I think he could be a very important player for Chelsea, and I think he's played his way into that first team. For me, he's more explosive than Mason Mount, although Mason Mount may be a little bit more nailed on just because he clearly is a favourite of Frank Lampard. But there's something about Pulisic when I watch him that makes me excited to own him, so I do want to bring him in. The plus side of bringing him in as well is I can quite easily move to other Chelsea midfielders if I do feel like they are better options. And to be honest, with West Ham and Aston Villa in the next 2, I feel like I need a good attacking option from Chelsea to go alongside Tammy Abraham if he's not injured, that could get me some decent points in the next 2 game weeks. Speaking of Abraham and also Connolly, I have been looking at strikers as well. This was initially to replace Connolly and have 3 strikers up front, potentially with Southampton having a very good fixture list of Watford and Norwich in the next 2, with Newcastle and West Ham after that, Aston Villa after them. Ings and Southampton looked like a possibility at 6 million. In the last 4 game weeks, 2 goals, getting him 16 points in total. That's 6 shots on goal with 3 from inside the box, 3 on target, 2 big chances, 2 of which he scored, and 1 chance created as well, fortunately not resulting in a shot on target. Ings would be a bit of a punt. I did like the look of Musay, but again, he looks like he might have a hamstring issue, so that is a bit of a worry. And Jordan Ayew is also someone with a decent fixture list at Crystal Palace, but Ings is kind of the one I was leaning towards if it wasn't Musay. And then if I was going for someone a bit more expensive, Raul Jimenez in a Wolves side that look a bit more impressive than they did at the start of the season. 27 points from 3 goals, 21 shots on goal with 15 from inside the box, 9 on target, 2 big chances, one of which he scored, 9 chances created, 6 resulting in a shot on target. Wolves look like a very good side to invest my money in for my FPL team. Sheffield United is next, which isn't the easiest fixtures, but then it's West Ham and Brighton Hove Albion. They do have Tottenham, but then it's Norwich and then it's Man City, and I feel like my side is strong enough to rotate. And also, Jimenez showed last season he can score against the big boys, so Jimenez is definitely someone I am looking into. And then finally, we are looking at Heung-Min Son as well at 9.7 million. The last 4 game weeks, he's done well for himself. Only one of those games has been under Mourinho as well. So with this new manager coming in, with the upturn, I believe, in the performances of Spurs, I think Heung-Min Son could benefit. Also looking at Dele Alli, Lucas Moura and even Harry Kane now, because I do feel like they're going to be allowed to be the focal point for most of the attacking football that Tottenham Hotspurs play. 2 goals and 3 assists, meaning he's had 5 FPL goal involvements with 16 shots on goal, 9 from inside the box, 6 on target, 3 big chances with 2 of them being scored, 9 chances created with 6 of them resulting in a shot on target. Spurs don't have the greatest fixture list. There is Bournemouth next, which is fantastic. It's then Man United. You'd fancy their chances there. Burnley, Wolves, Chelsea and then Brighton Hove Albion finish off their next 6 fixtures. So they're not bad. And also I do think this upturn in form could continue, although to be honest it was West Ham and I believe Olympiacos that they played in the Champions League. So it's not the best 2 opponents to gauge how good this Spurs side is. But it's a move that I like the look of and wish I'd made last game week if I hadn't been sick. Speaking of which, I can feel my voice going right now. So guys, hopefully that has given you an insight into the moves I'm planning on making. There is a caveat, of course, of that game week 18, where Liverpool do have a blank, and also the likes of Chelsea, Leicester, Man City, all have difficult opponents. I believe Man United also have difficult opponents, as do Spurs. It's a game week where a lot of the big boys are playing each other. So there is a bit of a concern there with my side. I think from the next game week, I may be looking to make moves to rectify that situation for game week 18 and try and keep hold of my free hit. But it is about waiting for certain teams to have good fixtures. And I just think the next fixture they have isn't necessarily the right fixture for me to jump on some of those players. But that is for the next My Team preview for game week 15. This one, I'm pretty confident in the moves I'm planning on making will be the ones I have suggested to you unless something else does come up. So guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. As always, if you have enjoyed it, do consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell, as well as checking out all the links in the description down below, including Fantasy Football Fix, the sponsors of this channel, and also Fan Team, who do have a World Championship of Fantasy Football starting in Game Week 20. And leading up to Game Week 20, they have satellite competitions for around €275 and up, where you can gain entry into this World Championship of Fantasy Football for a cheaper price than the quite expensive price that is the entry fee for it if you just want to pay upright. With all that being said, I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.